All right. So we are going to kick it off with a sneak peek call for the trade mission that is happening in Dubai from December 4th to 6th. Today we're going to have, Anna Kazarian presenting. She is our in-market representative in the Middle East. And Grant will be, Grant Bemke is one of our liaisons here in the Northeast. He will be kind of explaining the liaison side of things. But if there are any questions, just throw them in the Q&A. But with that, I will go ahead and pass it along to Grant and Anna. Let me see if this slideshow is okay.
All righty.
There we go.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Vivian. Hello, everyone. My name is Grantland Bemke. I'm a liaison here at Food Export Northeast. I'm based in the Philadelphia office here in beautiful Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining our call here for the Focus Trade Mission to Dubai for food service and retail. Joined on the call by Anna Kazarian, and our in-market representative for the Middle East, and our activity coordinator for this event is Sandy Renner, who I don't believe is on the call yet, but might be joining a little bit later on as well. The preview for this Focus Trade Mission will last about 30 minutes, and we'll go over general itinerary for the event, as well as cost to participate and register as well. Everyone is automatically muted, but we encourage you to ask questions in the Q&A box, and we will cover them at the end during a Q&A portion. Anything not covered there will be answered over email. Later on, you'll also see a slide with liaison contact information, and depending on the state you're located in, you'll have a different rep, such as myself or one of my wonderful colleagues. All right, next slide, please. All right, so here are the various countries and regions that we at Food Export have in-market representatives, such as Anna, who is our representative for the Middle East. So we covered kind of the whole world there. Next slide as well. Oh, yeah, well. All right, but anyway, we here, kind of finishing up my little spiel. In the Northeast, we represent the 10 northeastern states. Our sister Midwestern represents the 13 Midwestern states, and we provide information and services for the companies in our regions to help them export abroad. And with that, I will pass it over to Anna to give us the deets on Dubai.
Okay, hi to everybody. Dubai and the whole of the Gulf actually is very busy. Everything seems to be growing, from the real estate market to the banking system to the food and beverage. We have lots of different exhibitions throughout the year, and they're always very well attended, especially Dubai and Saudi Arabia, which is growing very, very quickly. For the FTM, if you would like to hear a bit about that, we do a few days for the Focus Trade Mission. We start off with a briefing from the OAA, the Agricultural Trade Office, and they give an overview, a very clear overview of what's going on in the 6 GCC countries. That's followed by going to the stores. We've got the largest stores that we visit. It's around 5 or 6 stores that we go to, and you can compare all of your produce at that tour that we do. This works out to be very interesting for our suppliers because they can see the labeling, they can see the pricing, and they can see where their product fits in. We do a no-host dinner. That's usually quite a lot of fun. You just sign up for that, and it's optional. Then the next day we go into one-on-one meetings. The one-on-one meetings are where I send out profiles to all of our buyers. That's some 3,000 buyers that we have that are from retail, that are brokers, that are wholesalers, that are specialty stores. We do the full gambit on that. They look at the profiles that you've given in. So this is a really important point to really give a good profile in as fewer words as you can give it, because that's how they select which products that they're going to be looking at and who they want to see for those one-on-one meetings. We do those one-on-one meetings over a 2-day period. Then we do also a tabletop presentation, and we bring in other buyers for that. And also we have the government organisation OAA that come in for that. So you get on each day, you're exposed to many different things, learning curve if it's the first time that you've come. But when you leave here after the 4 days, you will be really well-rounded as to what to expect within the Gulf region. And after that, of course, it's go home time. Do we have any more slides on here? This is the USDA briefing. This is where the OAA comes and gives the overview of the mission, etc. Next slide. These are some of, you can see the reporting countries that export to the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain and Kuwait, Oman, Qatar and Saudi Arabia. Actually on this sheet we have, all of them are going in the trend of upwards for the USA products. Saudi Arabia has been ranked at number 4 for bringing United States products in. And the other country that's mentioned on here is Bahrain, which has an upward trend also. So it runs into the billions as to what these countries are bringing into the Gulf region. Next slide, please. Next slide, yes. So you can see here, United States consumption, domestic exports, Saudi Arabia is 1. Saudi Arabia always complains they can't get enough American products. They're a 40 million country, so they're crying out for American goods to come into the country, and they're much more open now. You know, very easy to get visas, very easy to get into the country. United Arab Emirates, of course, is the next one, but again, that has a population at its strongest when people are in, it's 4 million. That's as compared to the 40 million in Saudi Arabia. So you can see, you know, how strong Saudi Arabia is on that. United Arab Emirates have very defined tastes in what they like for the food and beverage. It's a very what would you call it, like their palates are very well served for the people here, because they've had a lot of experience of all of these exhibitions and the different types of food you can have. We have the Michelin chefs, many restaurants on that level. Kuwait is more reserved on its level. The legal constraints that it can sometimes have, but this is a country, Kuwait, that has a lot of money and are willing to spend also. Qatar, smaller nation, again, they're going for the more organic, wellness type of products. And they've got, you know, in our supermarkets in the UAE, we have a few shelves of organic, a few shelves of wellness or functional drinks and things of this type. Qatar has lanes and lanes and lanes of these, not just a few shelvings on it when you go into their top supermarkets. Oman, again, it's a small country, but still holding its own with buying in American goods. And Bahrain has really grown since 2019 to 2024 with the American products that it's bringing in. It used to be an American base anyway, so they're very familiar with the American products, and their taste buds are really looking for quality in the different foods. If you'd like to go on to another slide. This is the supermarket tour that we do, and as I say, that works absolutely wonderfully. Our suppliers really come out feeling as though they know the market by the time they've visited the 6 largest stores that we have in Dubai. Next slide, please. Tabletop presentation. This is a networking event that happens in the evening. It's a, you know, we have food, we have different buyers that come on that evening that are different from the daytime buyers. So they're really the top retail stores. We have Lulu, we have Carrefour, Spinneys, you know, all of the main retailers. And in previous years, we've had hosted buyers, so they would normally have been joining us also from various Gulf countries. This is the prices and registration deadlines. So and these are the services provided by Food Export. That's the one-on-one meetings with qualified buyers, pre-event custom product research, including market overview, importation and distribution analysis for new to market. And we do store checks also. So we can go into a supermarket, and if you, for instance, you're a supplier of maple syrup, a store check can be done, photographs taken, etc., so that you can bring it back home with you. Market briefing with the Foreign Agricultural Service, the retail tour. This is just a summation of everything that we do at the FTM. Tabletop, and then on your way home after that. Next slide.
Great, you can jump in here.
Yeah, yep. Hi, everybody. Sorry about that. Yeah, so this is the contact information for the liaison, myself and my colleagues. You can see I cover primarily New England, and my colleague Logan does New York and Delaware. You know, you can see kind of the rest. So feel free to reach out to any of us. And if you accidentally reach out to the wrong one, we'll point you in the right direction and make sure you're all taken care of and signed up. All right. So I guess now moving on to the Q&A portion of things. All right.
Yeah,
So
are you able to see the Q&A questions?
yes.
Okay.
All right, so we have a question. Will buyers from other countries be invited to the trade exposition on the final day?
Yes.
Well, we're still discussing this. We had hosted buyers that would be coming on over about 3 days, actually, not just one day. And that would be from the 6 GCC countries that would be coming to visit. But we haven't decided that for this year at the moment.
If we're going based on last year, obviously it will depend on the number of people that sign up, but that will be the same for this year.
Awesome. All right. Another question we have is there a discount for early bird registration? Said it looked like the slide was the same at $425. I believe that actually is the early bird price, and the final registration would be $625, but I could be wrong about that. All right, and moving on. What are the main trends in the market in terms of food consumption?
Okay, well, things that go down very well are sauces, processed dairy cheese, non-alcoholic beverages is very popular at the moment. Frozen ready meals is very good. Anything that's spicy, you know, we have a large ethnic population here. They like the spice, and a lot of English people do, and Americans, I know. So that normally goes down well. Tinned fruits and vegetables are a good seller. Anything organic, plant-based, vegan, gluten-free. Syrups, just mentioned maple syrup, but all the kind of different syrups that you can have, maybe ones with flavorings, chocolate, raspberry, that kind of thing will go down well. The wellness and healthy products are really, you know, they've been climbing for a few years, and they're really hot on the list. Snacks are always welcome here. You know, if we could go a bit of a higher level than like cheese curlies, or you know, things like that that keep coming. You know, if we could have new products in snacks, because we're very well in tune with your normal crisps and fitness bar and things like this. So anything new, additions on that would be more than welcome. Then, of course, condiments is also very strong. Herbal teas, they've got a good slice of the market. So I think, I don't know if Sandy has anything to add to that.
Just a second here. Get my okay, I thought my audio was off here. Okay, so I would say that the healthy category is you know, a very big one, whether that be healthy, you know, popcorn, or healthy ready meals, or you know, healthy beverages, whatever it might be. I think that that's really you know, what people are looking for there. And also there are already a lot of US products in the market, and a lot of West European products in the market, and so on. So it's very competitive, and so you kind of have to have something that's, you know, a little bit, maybe they're looking for the new, what's the next best thing? What's the, you know, on trend kind of a product? I don't know, Anna, if that's what you would think as well, but they really
Yes,
are
absolutely
sensitive to that.
Yeah, well, very well established in the old products. Although there never seems to be enough peanut butter and Heinz sauces and whatever, you know. But you know, you can add even products on that level. But people are really looking for something new when they come. And you know, if you have a supplier that has a range of products, that's always a good thing, because people like to go and sit and not just talk about one product. They like ranges of products. So a mixture of ranges of products with a supplier, plus those that maybe just may have one functional drink or one non-alcoholic beverage, etc.
And I think also that's kind of where the the pre-work that gets done in terms of the store check, where participants learn about what competitive products in the market, what the pricing is, because that's very key as well as having a new on-trend product, or not necessarily new, but on-trend. Pricing is also, you have to be kind of sharp with your pricing. So it really helps to know in advance kind of what's in the market now and how it's priced. And also the packaging size is also something that's kind of important there. They go more with the smaller packaging.
All right. Are there any regulations or duties that will or could complicate sales for the
Yes.
region?
Yeah, for instance, for the usually it's in beverages, but it could be in anything that is got too much sugar in it, etc. There is a 50% tax on it, and if it's a beverage, it's it can also restrict anybody from buying it if they have that kind of excise on a particular product. So it's always good to look at, you know, the amount of sugar content that you have. That would restrict it. Of course, there's no pork products. Of course, there's no alcoholic products. They're all restricted from coming in. But other than that, the prices vary. The excise, customs excise taxes, they vary. So you just have to know at the time you're entering what that's going to be, because that can put up the shelf price.
And Anna, on that comment about the sugar, that's natural sugars as well, correct? So if
Yes,
it's
correct.
a fruit drink, it's like not necessarily added sugar, but whatever natural occurring sugars are in there will be taxed at that 50% rate.
Exactly.
All right, another question we have. Earlier you mentioned peanut butter and it being a pretty well-served product in the market, but do you think other nut butters like almond or cashew would be good?
Absolutely. Yeah, we have the full gambit here. But, you know, there are other countries like, you know, like maybe Kuwait, parts of Saudi, that don't have all of these products. So, yeah, the full range of, you know, nuts are good for here, both in its natural form and in its, you know, peanut butter form.
Okay, awesome. How have there been any companies pushing ginseng tea? Is another question we have.
Ginseng tea. Well, we
Yeah.
have a variety of ginseng tea. Yeah, these teas are, you know, all of what we call the high level teas, that it's not the normal Lipton or whatever. We have a very large supply of that, and they go well and they sell well.
Okay. Another question we have here. Is there a need within UAE for modular indoor farming systems for highly perishable produce?
Can you repeat that?
Is there a need for indoor modular farming equipment for perishable produce?
We do have farming equipment. We do you know, it's not, we have a lot of local produce now. because we have large farming sections in all of the countries devoted to growing local items like tomatoes and cucumbers and, you know, items of this nature. So yeah, I think that there would be there, especially Dubai is experimenting with this kind of thing, doing indoor growing, and so yeah, I do feel that there is a need for that kind of thing here. But you'd need to present it to specialists in that. You know, it wouldn't necessarily be our retailers that you would present that to. You'd have to go on to the agricultural side of things.
That makes sense. All right, and I think the last question we have here is in reference to the sugar tax and duty, and how that would affect maple syrup. I think the
Maple syrup, now surprisingly, isn't taxed.
well, all righty.
That's funny. It isn't. I've just done a maple syrup here. You see, that's why, you know, anyone that has kind of beverages or anything, I always say to them, just send me the labels. I'll check it out and I'll tell you exactly, you know, whether it's going to be a high tax or whatever. It can be a medium, but maple syrup is not taxed at all.
That is interesting.
I think they're looking, you know, at the health benefits of it. I think people are learning. They don't know a lot about maple syrup here. We have lots of syrups, and some of the syrups can be a mixture of many syrups, not the pure maple syrup. And the other syrups, you know, when you taste them, they're really, really sugary in taste. You taste more sugar than you do actually the product. But with maple syrup, it's a very a nice sweetness. So really, you know, if you have a beverage like that you want to bring in, you should send us it, and we can check whether it's going to be a bit of a problem for you or a lot of a problem.
Anna, did you talk about how they get out to their one-on-one meetings with their suppliers?
No, I didn't actually, but what we do for the one-on-one meetings is we book when the profiles of the suppliers go out, our buyers then select who they want to see. So you know that if you're selected for going to see somebody, it means they're really interested in your product because they've chosen you. So we have a system where we have cars, we have limousines, they have schedules. So if you've got 5 meetings that day, you get a limousine. The limousine driver knows exactly where to take you because they have the list, and they'll drop you off at the 5 destinations that are on your list and bring you back to the hotel. And the hotel that we have it in is the Juzit Thani. It's a great hotel. And we do that because they know our system. It's very central. You can go to Abu Dhabi if you needed to go that way. You can go to Ras Al Khaimah. It's all on one road. So you can move around very well location. We also, of course, have the buyers that want to come into the Juzit Thani hotel and do meetings with you, so you don't have to move for those ones. And of course, as I said at the tabletop, we invite our top, really top retailers, etc., and the agricultural department of Dubai to that.
Awesome. Well, I think that's about all the time we have and all the questions we have. So
we do actually have 2 more questions in the Q&A.
All right. Oh, yep. Sorry, didn't see those. They seem to be related. So is the indoor farming, or would that indoor farming equipment be taxed? And also would seeds for vegetables be taxed?
I there are some taxes, but I'm not sure which vegetables etc. would be taxed. So you'd need, again, this is an example where you would need to state what product it is that you want to bring in, and we could look into that on a separate level. The farming equipment, I have no idea on that. We would have to ask on that.
Mhm.
All righty. Well, then now we're out of questions and out of time. So I think we'll wrap it up here. But I'd like to say thank you to Anna Kazarian, and I look forward to everyone having a successful time in the Gulf.